point we had left. Let's have a recap. Shukdev Goswami finally enters the arena where Parishad Maharaj is sitting down and ready to give up his life. Now that he has got only 7 days of life left, he says, I am going to detach myself and put my mind and heart at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Hari. At that time, Shukdev Goswami and all the other sages have already arrived, and Shukdev Goswami arrives. And he welcomes Shukdev Goswami very warmly. And he asks a very important question. A very important question. Yat shrotavyam, atho japyam, yat kartavyam, narvi prabhu, smartavyam, bhajanam va, bruvi va, yat viparyayam. What am I supposed to do? I'm going to die in 7 days. 7 दिन में मैं मरने वाला हूँ. So what am I supposed to do? Yat shrotavyam. What am I supposed to listen? What am I supposed to chant? Japyam. Kartavyam. What am I supposed to do? Oh great Narabhi Prabhu. Smrtavyam. What I'm going to remember? What should I remember? Bhajaniyam. What should I worship? Whom should I worship? Please tell. And please tell what I should not do. So these are the questions he asked. And when this question was asked by Parishad Maharaj, Shukdev Goswami was very happy. So happy. He said, yes, after a long time, someone sensibly has asked a sensible question. You know, people generally don't know what question to ask. People generally ask questions, but you know, especially to a spiritual person, they ask the wrong question. So on that, he replies, the starting first verse of the second canto. He says, Shuko Vacha, Varyaneshte Prashna, Rito Lokhitam Nrapaha, Atmavit Samatah Pumsam, Shroftavya Adishu Yat Paraha. So he's saying, dear Sukdev Goswami, my dear king, your question is glorious because it is very, very beneficial to all kind of people. इसने क्या पूछा है? The question is not pertaining to only himself. He has asked a question which is pertaining to everyone. And he says, because of it is very, very beneficial to all kinds of people. The answer to this question is a prime subject matter of hearing, and it is approved by all transcendentalists. This is the main thing which has to be heard. The problem is people have got many things to hear. And that's what he starts the next verse with. He says, Shruttavyadin Rajendra Naranam Sankti Sahesrusha Apashyatam Atma Tattvam Griheshu Grihamedinam. He says, people have got time to listen to all nonsense. All what is happening in your news channels and your gossip channels and your reels, name it, everything. But which is very, very going to be useful. That one moment of death. For that moment, nobody is ready to listen to those things which are pertaining to that. So he says, this is how, that is why these people are Griheshu Grihamedinam. They are not Grihasthas, they are Grihamedi. Though they may be married, they may be having wife and children, but they don't have God in the center. They don't have a preparation for that death. And that is why they are called as Grihamedi. Then he says, Midya Harite Naktam Vayavnecha Vayaha Divach Arthe Ya Rajan Kutumba Bharanena Va. What is the definition of a Grihamedi? Nidriya Harite Naktam. Night takes away the whole, night, and then sleep takes away, spends the night fully. सपने में नींद में पूरा रात निकल जाता. या बाह्यवेन व्ययचः, in sexual indulgence the night goes away. Divach arthe ye rajan, the day goes in earning money, wealth. Divach arthe ye rajan, kutumba bharnena va, just to feed the family. कुटुंब का पेट भरना, उनका रिक्वायरमेंट्स पूरा करने में पूरी आयु चली गई. नाइट इन स्लीपिंग और इन सेक्सुअल इंटेलिजेंस एंड डे टाइम इन अर्निंग मनी. बस उसी में पूरी आयु निकल गई. And what are you going to do? When are you going to take out time to listen to about God, to prepare yourself for the last minute? That is your death. Then he says, De apta kalatra adishu atmasenishu atsutsu api tesham pramada nidam pashyanapi na pashyati. They think, why should I worry? I have got deha, my body is very strong. I got a gym, I got a six-pack, and I drink a lot of protein drinks. Then what is it nowadays? those nice health drinks and all that. I'm having a lot of healthy food. Deha, not, it is not going to be permanent. Whatever you do, this body is going to deteriorate with time. Kalatra, they aptya means wife, children. Kalatra means children. Adishu, all your so-called friends and relatives. Atma Seneshu Atsatsu Api. You consider them as they are Atma Sena. They are going to be soldiers to protect you. Asatsu Api. You cannot bank upon them. No one can save you at the time of death. The max they can do is they can take you to the hospital and admit you in the hospital. They may be, if they are rich enough, they may put you in the costliest hospital, the best of the beds, but rest, nothing can be done. Even the doctor cannot do anything. When the time of death comes, even the doctor has to die one day. Even he is not free from death. Tesam pramada nidanam pashyanapi na pashyati. The worst part is this tragedy he is seeing in everyone's house, in every household, and throughout his life, he is seeing this. Big, powerful men, they could not survive. Even they had to die. But still, pashyanapi na pashyati. Even after seeing, he is not able to realize that. Pashyan means seeing. देख रहा है, फिर भी नहीं समझ में आ रहा है. He is not able to understand. That's why he says, Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma, Bhagavan Ishvara Harihi, Shrotavyasya Kirtavyasya Cha, Smartavyasya Cha, Ichhate Abhayam. Very important. That's why Bharata here he is telling, referring to Parikshit Maharaj. Sukdev Goswami is saying, Sarvatma, all beings, Bhagavan Ishvara Hari, Shrotavyasya Kirtavyasya. One has to listen about the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan Ishvara Hari, and Kirtavyasya. Do Kirtan or chant his name, and Smartavyasya. Remember, for what? Who desires to be Abhayam, who desires to be fearless. Fearless from what? Death. We all know we are souls. Soul is never going to die. What is going to die is the body. But still we all fear. Why? We know once we lose this body, we'll get another body. Now the problem is what body you're going to get next is a secret. It's a secret for all of us. I may get a monkey's body, I may get a donkey's body, a fish body, a bird's body, a camel's body, a horse body. Any can be a cockroach body also. It may be a worm body also. So that is the fear. We are now we are housed in this body, and we are like finding ourselves comfortable in this house. However old and distressed we may be, we still don't feel like leaving it. That is why we are always fearful. डर किसका है? मृत्यु का डर सबसे बड़ा डर. Now, a few years before when Corona came, all of us were jittering, bathing each and everything which was coming in our house, right from the vegetable to the packet of milk, and name it. And what was the fear which had gripped the whole world? Death. Death was the only fear which was gripping the whole world. Everyone is wondering what to do, how to fight death, and many people died. So if you want to be abhaya, fearless, your LIC policy will not make you fearless. That will only make family fearless. If you want to become fearless, you want to be free from the fear of your repeated cycle of birth and death, better do devotional service. Bhagavan Ishvara Hari, Shrotavya, Kirtavya Cha, Smritavya Cha. 3 things. Listen, chant, and remember. 3 things. Most of you all listen, chant to some extent, okay. But Smritavya, how many times you remember? You should not be remembering Saturday to Saturday or from Sunday to Sunday. It should be remembered every moment, because we don't know which moment death is going to strike us. Etavan Sankhya Yoga Abhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Parapumsan Ante Narayana Smriti. Finally, he says this, very important. This is the first 6 slokas of the second canto, which is like, it is said by आचार्य, इसका एक कागज में लिख लो, रोल करके गले में एक ताबीज बोलते हैं ना, ताबीज में डाल के रखो. So powerful verses. Etavan Sankhya Yoga. You may be perfect in your all your yoga system, that is Bhakti Yoga, Gyan Yoga, Dhyan Yoga, everything you may be perfect. Swadharma Parinishtaya, you must be doing your duties perfectly. You may be a perfect mother, perfect daughter-in-law, perfect wife, perfect mother, name it, everything perfect. Janmalava Parapumsa. What is the highest benefit for a human being? Ante Narayana Smritihi. At the time of death, one who can remember Narayan, can remember God. For him, nothing to worry. His life is achieved success. Success materially may be how much of money you earn, how much of property you have, how big a family you have, so many things. What is your power, post, name, fame, everything. But everything comes to a full stop the minute the person dies. Then what it is just a drama. Just a drama, just a farce, which is done after your death. The actual fact is, the journey of the soul starts from the minute it leaves the body, that is death. And that is the time you are really judged whether you have achieved your human purpose of life, birth. Jivan ka, human life. After many, many births, you get a human life. And after that human life, what happens? You waste it, you are the biggest fool. You utilize it in achieving God in that little 50, 60 years of your lifespan. And out of that, you remove the first 15, 20 years that goes in childhood. Last few years, if you are even up to 80, last 10, 15 years goes in health issues. So what are you left with? Very short lifespan. Short lifespan, उसमें शादी करना है, बीवी को खुश रखना है, बच्चे बड़ा करना है, उनको सेटल करना है. And along with that, you got to do your devotional service, which is a big challenge. And mind you, God also puts challenges in between. And the higher you try to become a devotee, higher is the challenge. It is like, when you play a video game, there are level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, higher level you go. The same problem is the same, but they become more intense. They make sure that you don't reach the goal. Especially, a few years before, I still remember one game was very famous where, there used to be shooting game. So first 1 or 2 levels, you could somehow clear. Third level, somehow the computer as the enemy would shoot you down and make sure that you don't go ahead. Here, Lord also puts such tests. कभी health issues आएगा, तो कभी wealth issues आएगा, तो कभी घर के issues आएंगे, relations, ये वो सब आएंगे. And that will be testing your devotion, how strong you are. It will be positive, it will be negative both. Negative in the sense, detrimental. And sometimes you are getting more than what you require. So you get carried away. People generally get carried away. So it is always said, at an earlier age, whatever devotion you do, it is better. Because the best part of devotion is what you have done, nobody can snatch it. It is your personal property. It cannot be transferred, it cannot be taken away. So you carry that with you. Can anyone read verse number 7? Translation 2.1.7.
Which should I read?
Please.
O King Parikshit, mainly the topmost transcendentalists who are above the regulative principles and restrictions take pleasure in describing the glories of the Lord.
So what is he saying? The topmost transcendentalist. So भक्ति मार्ग में बहुत सारे levels होते हैं. Level 1, 2, 3, 4 ऐसे बहुत levels होते हैं. We call them as अधिकारी, कनिष्ठ अधिकारी, उत्तम अधिकारी, मध्यम अधिकारी. And उसमें भी अलग अलग कैटेगरी होती है. कनिष्ठ अधिकारी, कनिष्ठ मध्यम अधिकारी, कनिष्ठ उत्तम अधिकारी. Then it is मध्यम कनिष्ठ अधिकारी, मध्यम मध्यम अधिकारी, मध्यम उत्तम अधिकारी. Then in Uttama Adhikari also, Uttama Kanishta Adhikari, Uttama Madhya Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. So there are various levels. So it is said, all are transcendentalists, mind you. All are the spiritual path. But what is Shukdev Goswami saying here? Mainly the topmost transcendentalists who are above the regulative principles and restrictions take pleasure in describing the glories of the Lord. Can anyone explain this a little? What is it talking about? Regulative principles and restrictions. What are the who are above the regulative principles and restrictions? Can anyone explain this? Who are above? Above means what? जिसको regulative principles follow नहीं करना है. Yes, speak.
प्रभु जी, I mean, I'll just take a guess कि at one stage जो devotee बन जाते हैं ना, for them the कर्म कांड वाले regulations वगैरह apply नहीं होते हैं, and they are the person who would be able to take pleasure in the worship of Lord. आपने एक वो story के माध्यम से समझाया था प्रभु जी कि आई थिंक सो एक संत थे, वो मतलब नियमित कीर्तन करते रहते थे, और उनको पता चला कि उनका बेटा मर गया है, तो वो बेहोश हो गए. तो पीपल वर सेइंग कि भाई ये मतलब ये देखो मतलब कैसे ढोंग करते हैं कि भाई बेटा मर गया है तो मतलब वो गिर पड़े. तब उनको बताया कि भाई, उनके कान में किसी ने बताया, मतलब जो दूसरे संत थे उन्होंने बताया कि यू वुड बी एबल टू, आपको मतलब शोक नहीं लगेगा, यू वुड स्टिल बी एबल टू डू कीर्तन ड्यूरिंग दिस 13 days. तो वो तुरंत उठ गए.
So that is very nice, Jigar Prabhu, for aptly remembering the correct example at the right time and explaining this question. So it is said that we generally are considering so we start rating people. He's a good devotee, he's a middle devotee, he's a low devotee. You have no rights. Everyone is in different levels, and God will judge him. So first and foremost is one who is fully connected with God. He is the best. He is supposed to be the best. This is a very old saying. Blind, अंधों में, सुरों में, only 1 in 100 can be a good man. In case of one-eyed, एक आंखी, उसमें हजारों में से एक अच्छा आदमी निकले. This is general probability. And in case of a squint, you are looking at London, talking to Tokyo, squint, जो भेंगा होता है, right, भेंगा बोलते हैं ना उसको, squint. तो उसमें 1.25 लाख में एक आदमी अच्छा निकलता है. बट जिसकी आंखें पीली हो, वो आदमी का शुभ नहीं माना जाता. He is the worst. This is a common saying which is said, but Acharya has given another bhav for it. And it is said, one with yellow eyes वाला कौन आता है मालूम है आपको? Monkeys have got a yellowish cattish eye. And it is said that काले आंख वाले पे भरोसा करना चाहिए, बाकी दूसरे कलर के आंखों वालों पे भरोसा नहीं करना चाहिए. Cannot be faithful. And finally, it is said, above that, who is a cat-eyed or a yellow-eyed person or a monkey, is one who doesn't have hair in his chest. What a weird example you're giving, it's sounding senseless. When you go to the Shastric way of interpreting this example, as I said, here it is saying the topmost transcendentalist. They are above the regulative principles. They are above the so-called rules. Now, how is that the topmost? Let us understand an example. This example, I said hundreds of blind men, one man is supposed to be blind. But this is not true when it comes to devotion. You should never laugh at anyone's deformities. We should never laugh, or we have no right to make any statements on someone's deformities. Okay, we are all soul, we are not body. Body is something which is external. What we are actually are, we are internally souls. तो कहते हैं इतने सारे कवि हुए, but could anyone be as good as Surdas, who was blind? Surdas was a blind man. So of all the blind, the topmost was Surdas. But of all the blind, for every 100 blind, I said one for 1 lakh, one-eyed person. Ekaki. Kaun hai? Shukracharya. You all know Shukracharya has got only one eye. When? How did he get that one eye? How did he lose his eye?
Vamandev.
Bali Maharaj.
Yeah.
He was that. He is supposed to be the best devotee. Yeah? Vamandev was, when Vamandev came to beg from Bali Maharaj, he said, no, I am a Purohita. I have to do a job of Purohita, do a job of a Guru. And he told, don't promise anything to this dwarf. He is God himself. He will take everything from you. He said, Bali said, I have already promised. I cannot. So you want to take water to make a prana or sankalp. So, it's a small pot with a small sprout. So Shukracharya took a small form and blocked the mouth of the pot so that water cannot come and he cannot take the sankalp. So it is said Vamandev took one grass. Kaise hum log, kabhi the water doesn't come through a hole or something, we pierce it with a pin or something, make sure that the hole opens up. The same way, Vamandev took a small dry grass and poked it inside the sprout of that pot, and he broke one eye of Shukracharya. So it is said Shukracharya is one-eyed, ekaki, kana. And then, but still he knew the greatness of God, so he is supposed to be a greater devotee. Still higher than him is one who is squint, Banga. And who is Banga? Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra was bent in 8 places, and one of the places was his eyes. You all know the story of Ashtavakra, right? Ashtavakra was in his mother's womb. That time, his father, Krodva, he was reciting the Vedas. And at one word, he recited it in a wrong tone or a wrong tune. And in Vedas, if one word is sung in the wrong meter and the wrong tune, the meaning changes completely. So immediately, Ashtavakra in his mother's womb itself, he was so smart and advanced. He called out to his father and said, Father, you're making a mistake. This word should be spelt like this, should be pronounced like this, and you are pronouncing it the wrong way. His father became very angry. He said, Abhi tak to bahar nikla nahi, and itni tedi medi baat kar raha hai, you are making some, all funny talks. I curse you that you become Ashtavakra. At 8 paces, you become bent. So entire body was bent. His hip was bent, his legs were bent, his back was bent, his neck was bent, his eyes were bent, nose was bent, everything was bent. So when he was born, just because before he was born, his father was invited. Varun Dev wanted to do one big yagya. So he wanted the best qualified brahmanas to do the Havan. So he appointed Janak Maharaj, जो सीता माता के पिताजी ने उसके पहले के जनक. It's like, Janak is an title, like Henry the First, Henry the Second, Henry the Third, George the First, George the Second, George the Third. Similarly, Janak 1, 2, 3, 4, there are very many as Janaks are there. So this Janaka said, see, testing Brahmanas is not my job. I will assist, but I will not test Brahmanas because it's a very serious sinful act. So Varun Dev requested Dharma himself, and Dharma personified came down to test the Brahmanas, and who was good, he would select and send them up. So he came down and he invited all the Brahmanas. Come on, it's a challenge. You all come and do debate with me on Shastra. And the one who loses has to, I will be putting him in water. I'll drown him in water. So everyone came, but he was Dharma himself, so he was the best. So he defeated each and every best caller, best of the sages, and put them in the water. They did not die. Varuna means what? The ocean god, right? By sending them into the water, he was sending them to Varunaloka. And there they were they were requested to do Havan, Yagya. So when this process was going on, Ashtavakra was born. One day he saw his mama, his mother's brother. He thought him to be his father because he has never seen his father from the day one. So he looked at him and he said, Father. That time he said that man said that his mama said, No, I am your maternal uncle. I am not your father. She said, Then where is my father? Your father has come to a place where no man ever returns. No, then he told him that such as a in Janak Maharaj's court, there is a competition going on, and whoever loses is drowned and all that. He said, Ashtavakra said, I'm just a kid, but I don't mind. I will get my father back, or I will teach that person a lesson. Immediately, along with his mama, this Ashtavakra reached Janak Maharaj's court. Janak Maharaj and Ashtavakra was walking like one leg here, one leg there. It was quite finical and quite funny. So somehow when he walked, he entered the court. Everyone laughed. Hey, look at this boy, not able to walk properly. He became very angry. And he fired all of them. He said, I thought I have come to a place where there will be all educated, knowledgeable people. And I realized that you all are no worse than cobblers. Charmakar, cobblers. Cobbler? How could you insult us like that? No, yes. One who sees only the skin and the body, that is the outer shell of the person, and starts laughing at it. He is the most shallowest and the lowest among men. He is like a charmakar, a cobbler who sees, oh, this skin is good, this leather is good, this leather is bad. You're not more than that. Who is the best Brahmana? One who is highest in the knowledge, applying it. That Brahmana is supposed to be a highest Brahmana. Who is the best Kshatriya? Who has got the maximum power in his hands. Who is the best Vaishya? Who has got a lot of wealth. And who is the best Shudra? Who has got a long life. This is what Shastra says. So you all are laughing at me. I am a small boy. I may be physically handicapped. I am looking ugly. But you have no right to laugh at me. All were stunned. Quite. Could not answer a single word. Immediately, Ashtavakra was asked, why have you come? He said, I have come here because I was given to understand there is a big debate going on, and they want the best of the Brahmanas, and whoever loses will be drowned. I want to challenge that. So you're just a kid. I don't mind. I'm ready to challenge. And Ashtavakra challenged him, and finally defeated Dharmaraj himself, that is Dharma personified over there. And he told him, now you have lost. Now I'll put you in water. Dharma said, see, forgive me. I have not killed anyone. All the Brahmanas till now whom I have drowned, I have actually through the water system sent them to the Varunaloka. And I'm going to I'm going to take you also because you are the best among the Brahmanas who has defeated me in Shastrarth. Please come with me. And he took him to Varunaloka himself. where Ashtavakra was made the topmost Brahmana. The topmost is, the leader Brahmana, what you call us. And he completed the full sacrifice. And after that, his father felt sad for his mistake. And he told him, go and take bath. There was I forgot the name, the beautiful lake. He goes and tells him, go and take bath in that lake. And when he goes and takes bath and comes out, he comes out as a normal, not just normal. He comes as a beautiful, handsome young man. So that is why it is said, out of all the one-eyed, the best was Shukracharya. But out of 1.5 lakhs of cock-eyed or bhanga, who is the best? Ashtavakra is the best. And Ashtavakra says, and out of all the cock-eyed people, one who has got yellow eyes. And who is that? Hanumanji. Hanumanji has got yellowish eyes, brownish eyes. He says Hanuman is the most intelligent. I am intelligent. I have no doubt about it. Ashtavakra says I am intelligent. But more intelligent than me is Hanumanji. Buddhimatam Vashtam. Jnaninam Agranim. So he is the best. But Hanumanji says, no, I am not the most. I am under the command of one who does not have hair in his chest. Now, who is that one who doesn't have hair in his chest? It is none other than Ramchandraji. It is none other than God himself. Why? And he used to not go to beauty parlors. No, don't take it the other way. It's always said, the kid goes to an age, crosses 15, then he is, at that time, boy gets hair on his chest. Whereas it is said, Ramchandraji or Krishna, both, never grew old. You will never see Krishna with mustache. If someone idiotically, foolishly draws, it's different. Lord is considered as Navva Yauvanam Cha. Lord never crossed the age of 15, at least in looks. One may say he stayed for 36,000 years. Undoubtedly, Ramchandraji stayed for 36,000 years. But he was frozen at the age of 15. Or rather, Lord is always eternally young. Why? Even you and I are eternally young. As souls, not as bodies. What rots, what goes old, it's the body. What is eternal is the soul. And the soul has got to be eternally young. It can never go old. Because we are also part of the Lord, Ansha of the Lord, fragmental portion of the Lord. Mameva Ansha Jivaloke. So, we are also said, Yam Purano na hanyate hanyamani sharire. The second chapter, Lord says, God is giving the description about the soul. He says, Yam Purano, सबसे पुराना है ये आत्मा, न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीर है, शरीर के काटने से वो कटने वाला नहीं, मरने वाला नहीं है. So Lord is also confirming it is very, very old. And how old is God? He himself doesn't. But still, he is eternally young. We are also eternally young. So, one who comes out of these rules and regulations, people generally get stuck. As he rightly said, through karma kand, rules and regulations. Through, no, I should not eat this, I should do this, I should not do this. Yes, initially it has to be followed. But when you come to a level where your life becomes solely dedicated to, you do not see anything other than God to fulfill or to make someone happy. You are only focused to make God happy and no one else happy. You are focused only to live for Him. That time, you don't have to see all these type of rules and regulations because you are already soaked into devotion. It's gone in your blood. You cannot think of anything else. You are always, like rasgulla, soaked in sugar syrup. You are also soaked in devotional syrup, in the syrup of your love for God. At that stage, transcendentalist do not need to follow rules and regulations. Please, none of you all, including myself, should not tag ourselves as that transcendentalist and start bypassing the rules and regulations. No, it is meant to initially follow, and we all should consider ourselves initial. But slowly and steadily, when you progress in life, you will definitely achieve a stage when you will not have to do it. I've put it in a very raw and a simple example. When the child is in first standard or second standard, you ask the child, the maths paper is given to the child, 3 plus 5 is equal to, and the child does 3, then 5, and then it counts 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the way the child counts. When the child goes a little more bigger, matures a little more bigger, question paper is given, 388 minus 115. Now the child cannot hold 300 fingers and 400 fingers. So what will it do? It makes a rough column in the answer paper. A small column is made, and there it writes 315 minus 185, whatever it is, and then the calculation is done. Whereas the same child, when it comes to engineering or might be higher college level or higher school, even SSC level or college level, he has to do most of the mathematics mentally. He will not be in a stage of doing it neither through hands or through rough work. That shows the person is matured. So can you say, this boy has never done maths by counting in his hands or doing in rough columns? We all supposed to be educated. So we all came to our graduation or post-graduation level, whatever maths or whatever higher studies we had to. We never had to refer the way we had to refer in our childhood days. So this is how we matured in our studies or in our academic life. The same applies in devotion also. In devotional life, initially, yes, the rules are more than devotion. But slowly, rules become a part of life. First rule, the most terrifying rule, the most troubling rule, get up early in the morning. Oh, my God. So troublesome. You feel you have done something great just by getting up early in the morning. But the same person, in due course of time, couple of years, when he starts, it becomes a routine for him, getting up at morning at 4:35. It's like child's play, it's a routine. Then for him, that rule is not a rule, it's a way of life. It's a way of how he is going to live throughout his life. Once he starts giving up his bad habits, might be his drinking, smoking, meat eating, intoxication, illicit sex, gambling, whatever bad habits he may have, once he gives it up, then it is very easy for him. It becomes a routine. Initially, it is very difficult. After giving up, things suck him. Come on, let me have some. Let me have, it's a party time. Once in a while, it's allowed. It's good, I can do it. Means what? Once a person has conquered his mind, made the mind his slave. Initially, we are all slaves of our mind. But through devotion, one has to make his mind his slave. Control it. Control desires. Control his senses. And then these rules and regulations do not make a big, stumbling blocks. And he doesn't consider also, if you don't get up at 5 o'clock, he gets up at 6 o'clock, no problem. Because whether he gets up at 4, 5 or 6, he is soaked in devotion. I'll tell you a small story before we conclude this class today. Once, it's a true story. Once one of the sadhu akhadas, they're called as akhadas, in Vrindavan, well-known person was staying with his guru, his teacher, spiritual master. And suddenly another spiritual master happened to come. No, not spiritual master, as one of his god brothers, teacher's god brother, happened to come over there. And he spent a nice time over there discussing with them. And they all slept on the top of the hut, not a hut, building, It was a single roof building, single floor building. So they were all sleeping on the ceiling, rather the terrace. It so happened that next day morning, early morning, all the sadhus got up in time. But this visitor was continuing sleeping. And it was the rooftop. So sunlight was blare on the head and on the eyes. But this person was dead asleep. And the student, main teacher student, was wondering what type of sadhu he is, what type of devotee he is. Sleeping in the, it's already 10 o'clock in the morning. By 10 o'clock for sadhus, it's half a day gone. Like their chanting is over, their yagya is over. So many, rituals, morning rituals and all they got there. It's all over. And it's 10 o'clock, the sun is blaring right on the head almost. And this person is dead, sleeping dead. Finally, he went to his guru, his master, and he asked him, Master, your god brother is sleeping up there peacefully. It's already 11 o'clock. And what should I do? Should I wake him up or should I leave him? He said, idiot, don't ever think about waking him up. Why? You think he is sleeping, but the actual fact is, mentally he is not in this world itself. He has transported himself to another realm, another world, and is serving, is in some pastime of Lord. Let him wake up the way he wants. And finally, that person woke up at 3 o'clock. The person woke up at 3 o'clock. And he said, my God, what a feast it was. This young boy was wondering, this fellow is sleeping like a fool up the whole day. And he's saying, what a feast. And he asked, what feast you are talking about? No, I had gone to the realm of Krishna's picnic. All the Gwal Bal were having picnic. And we ate a lot over there. And he was full. He was burping. He was overfull. Sanatan Goswami. True story of Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami used to have 3 spoons of, when his old age, he used to have 3 spoons of chas, buttermilk, every day. Just imagine. 3 spoons of buttermilk. Finally, one day, he met with a stomach upset. The physician was called. He checked. He said, he checked his nadi and touched his stomach and all. He said, you're overeaten. You're really sick. You should not eat anything for 2 days. And don't overeat like this. And the physician went in. And all these people asked, Sanatan Goswami, we have never seen you drink more than 3 spoons of chas. Where is the question of overeating? No, yesterday it is my mistake. I had gone to meet Krishna and there was Chappan Bhog. He offered me and I also ate Chappan Bhog over there. So what do we understand from this? That's the actual ultimate realm of devotion one has to reach. That is what is mentioned in this verse. One should not take this, this applies to me. No, it does not apply to us. It applies to those people who have reached the epitome of devotion. Devotion to that level where they know, yes, they are one with God. Whether they're sleeping, whether they're eating, whether they're standing, at all times, they're always joined with God. Okay, with this, I would like to close today's session. Anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask.